Before we look at how to use Google Meet, we should talk about some etiquette. If you have a pair of headphones, these are the best for joining a Google Meet. It doesn't matter if your headphones have a mic or not. If the device you're using has a microphone, you'll still be able to talk. Wearing headphones can help with echo. If your teacher's not in your Meet, you are not allowed to join. Students shouldn't be in Meet with other students if the teacher isn't there. This is just the same as waiting at the door for your teacher when you're at school. Wait on this screen until you see that your teacher has joined the Meet. Before you join, you should think about whether you want to keep your camera on or off. Having your camera on is like inviting your classmates and their families into your home. Have a look at what's in your background and make sure that there isn't anything that you don't want to show to other people. You might want to just turn your camera off to protect you and your family's privacy. This is okay. To toggle a camera off, just click the camera button before you join the Meet. You can also toggle your camera on and off throughout the Meet if needed. You should always mute your mic before you enter the Meet. This will make sure that you don't create any unnecessary feedback or echoes when you join. Once you have your mic turned off and your camera set the way you want it, you're ready to join the Meet, as long as your teacher is there. Once you see your teacher in the call, you can click the Join Now button to join the Meet. Don't ever present your screen from here. You should only present if your teacher has asked you to. Presenting from this screen will interrupt your teacher. Don't do it. Also, don't use the phone audio option. You might get a big phone bill from the phone company for long distance charges. To join a Meet from Google Classroom, you'll find a link up top underneath the class name on your stream. You'll also see a little camera button at the top of the classwork page. Clicking the button here will take you to the Join screen for the Meet. If your teacher has given you a nickname or a Meet code to join your class Meet, you can do this by going to meet.google.com. Click on Use Meeting Code and enter the code that your teacher gave you to join. When you're in your Meet with your class, you'll see a toolbar at the bottom pop up when you move your cursor around on the video screen. If this toolbar doesn't pop up, you just need to click out here in this space to make it come back. Down at the bottom, you have buttons for muting and unmuting your microphone. Since your microphone should be muted when you enter, you would need to click this if the teacher asked you to talk. There is also an End Leave This Call button, as well as the camera button to turn your video on and off. If you're having trouble with the Meet, if the teacher's video coming back to you is choppy, try turning your own camera off to see if that helps. You can also go into your settings and change your video feed to a lower resolution. You can even go to audio only if your internet is very slow. This will allow you to hear everything that's going on in the Meet, but you won't be able to see anything, not even if the teacher shares the screen. Standard definition, one video at a time, will allow you to see the teacher's screen if it's being presented and also use the least amount of internet. On each video feed that you can see in your grid here, you'll see up to 4 of them at a time in the Google view. If you click on a thumbtack, that will pin that person to the screen. So if you want to only see your teacher's screen, you can pin your teacher like that. To unpin, just click the thumbtack again. You can see everyone in the Meet on the People tab. It shows you that people's microphones are muted. And your teacher has the ability to remove people from the Meet and also to mute microphones. You can also pin someone from here. The Chat tab is where you can interact with your teacher the best. You can put messages in the chat, questions, or things that you would like to say, and the teacher will answer you when they are ready. Don't fill up the chat with a whole bunch of nonsense chat. That would be the same as talking while your teacher is teaching in the classroom. This is a class online. The chat conversation should be kept to the topic at hand. Remember, your teacher can remove you if you're abusing the rules. When you're participating in a non-class lesson, make sure to pay attention to what's going on. Don't move around your home with your camera creating distractions. Your teacher might ask you to turn your camera off if they find that your camera view is creating distractions for the other students. Keep your behavior in mind. This isn't any different than sitting in the classroom. Pay attention to what's happening, listen to the teacher, put good questions and feedback in the chat, turn your camera on when asked, and turn your microphone on when asked. Remember, you can find your microphone by clicking out here and then clicking on the little button at the bottom. You can also use Control-D to quickly mute and unmute your microphone. When your Meet has ended, you need to close out of it right away. You can hang up by clicking this button at the bottom. You can also just close out the tab. If you don't close out or hang up, your teacher will remove you before they close out. Now let's review. Don't join your Meet if your teacher isn't there. Always mute your mic before joining. Turn off your camera unless you need it. Stay on topic. Use the chat. And only present your screen if you are asked to by your teacher.